Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am super excited for you guys to meet the one and only Ava. Ava, when she got into the program, she had never gotten paid to coach. She was everybody's go-to, and yet she was not able to figure out how to monetize that gift. And within a matter of months, we are talking less than 90 days, Ava was able to not get one client, not two. She was able to get 14 paying client as a brand new coach. So today we're going to get her on so she can share exactly what she did, the mistakes she made, and why it took her so long to monetize and what she's doing now differently. You want to lean in. If you're thinking about coaching, if you've heard that it's too crowded at the top and all these different things, you want to lean in and hear about Ava's story. Hi, Ava. Welcome. How are you?
I am good, Sandra. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So let's jump right into it. And what the people want to know is like, talk to us about where you were, like what was going on in your life before you decided to join our 90 Days to CEO program. What was going on there?
I remember it like it was yesterday. Um, I was working in corporate. I had a corporate role in HR, and it was exhausting. It was frustrating. And while I believe I was coaching on that job, I advised HR business partners, I advised HR executives and chief individuals in the C-suite. I knew there was more. I knew that what I had in me could not be limited to a box.
Mm.
And I was away. I was actually in Jamaica with my in-laws, and I came across your page on Instagram, and I was watching the testimonials, and I was like, okay, I know there's something in me that needs to come out. And one of the things you always say is being hidden in plain sight. And I was like, hello, that's me. I'm hiding in plain sight. And I made the decision to contact you and make that leap of faith to join the program, which is something that has been life changing.
Mm. Okay,
Yeah.
and definitely want you to hold on to that. Well, no, actually, let's get into that. In what ways has the program been life-changing for you?
The program was life changing because while I believe that I was destined to be a coach and that's something I have been doing, what this program did was really identify the core aspects of what I had inside of me. It's like I knew I had something in my hand, but I did not know the magnitude of what I had in my hand. And through the program, through the weeks, through the coaching, I was able, you helped me to identify exactly the treasure that I had in my hand. And I even fought you on it a little bit. I even was like, no, no, I don't think this is it. And you're like, Ava, this is your story. Like, this is your experience. Use that. And that's what I mean by life changing because now I am able to fully give language and to own my radiance, own my authority with all the knowledge of that I have. Um, and so that's how it's been life changing.
Wow.
Have
Talk to me
clarity.
about, yes, talk to me about one thing that really surprised you from being in the program that you weren't expecting.
Besides from that amazing clarity, what I wasn't expecting was to come out with a full packaged program, a full course. I knew, okay, I'll get some guidance, but I was given everything, every tool that I needed, all my resources. Not only that, but I was able by faith to actually launch before graduating the program. Never, when I started, I did not expect to be in motion before completing the program.
So let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about when you say launch. what happened, because they may not know that you mean like you got paying clients
Yeah.
while you were still in the program before you had created your course. Like you basically
Right.
got paid to create your course. Talk to the woman who is watching right now, who was you helping everybody, coaching at work, but you're not getting that check. Talk to her, because in 2 months, you were same Ava, just some clarity, is now getting paid. 2 months, you are in a 3 month program, 2 months in, you are monetizing something you've been sitting on for years. The
Yeah.
person listening to this might be like, that doesn't sound like, how? So how, Ava?
The way I was able to do this, once I got clarity, first of all, the tools that I had in my hand, right? The knowledge, the skills. And so, to even the woman out there, everything that you have inside of you, all your experiences, is worth more than you can ever imagine. And I was able to take what I have. I was stuck in a role for over a decade with no promotion. I knew that I was a bright person. I knew that I was what God had called me to be, but I knew that I needed to share that with someone. And prior to joining the program, I didn't have the bravery or the language to even do so. But with just a few weeks in the program, I started to gain clarity. I didn't wait till I was finished. I was like, you know what? I have enough. And so let me do a test. I was testing the waters, and it's okay to test the waters. And so I created a mini program called Radiant Reset, which is exactly what I was doing. I was resetting. And so with that, I created a program. I created a flyer, posted on my WhatsApp, and I said, listen, you need a reset before the new year begins. Do not make the same mistake I made by being stuck year after year. That's all I had,
That's
right?
all
That's
you
what was
had.
in my hand. That's all that I had. I did that, launched a webinar, put everything together about how to be reset, how not to stay in the same cycle year after year.
Mhm.
14 women signed up. They paid. They
14
signed,
women paid you, 14 women that you already knew.
yes. Some, I didn't know all of them.
Okay. Oh, so not all of them you knew,
No, no.
but
I did
knowledge
it.
that you've always that you had inside of you. You didn't go back
Yeah,
for a master, you didn't go back for a certification, you did giving yourself the permission to recognize what was already inside of you, right?
yeah.
And deciding to activate it, even if it's not perfect, and share it with the world, and then telling people I can continue working with you for a month or 6 weeks. And 14, 1 4 guys said yes. How did that feel?
That was mind blowing for me. First of all, with the webinar, right? Almost 40 people signed up for the webinar and attended the webinar. So that blew my mind because my goal was just to fill in the Zoom window.
Mhm.
And then when I had 14 women sign up, and some of those women were like friends or associates of those who invite, like, come do this with me,
Yes.
right? So that was that referral. Number one, I felt the weight of it. I wouldn't say I wasn't nervous. I felt the weight of it, wondering, can I really impact these individuals? Do I? And that self doubt came in, but I kept on going. I launched, which is something that you advised me to do. You said to test it, and I did. And with one, but 14 came through the program. 14 finished. They didn't start and then stop. They finished the weeks in it. At the end of it, I invited individuals to witness the transformation. I said, invite some sponsors. To this day, these women are still rising. They are stabilized in their reset. And that's through going through this program and by following my heart and trusting God and taking a leap of faith. And so those 14 women has set a trajectory that I cannot go back on.
Mm. Tell me this. By the way, congratulations. And
Thank
tell
you.
me what are maybe three reasons that that would have made you not join? What was it that the small voice, because you had been sitting on this for a long time. What was the small voice telling you that made you stay hidden for all these years? Because I'm assuming that's the same voice that the person that's watching is hearing. So I want you to tell me what yours was so she can be like, wait, that sounds like my voice. And if she could overcome that, then maybe I can.
Three things. One was you don't have everything together to do this, that you do not have enough experience. That's one of the lies that was in my head,
Mm.
that I don't have enough experience to coach other women in a journey of transformation. That's a lie. So I was like, okay, well, I need time. I need more certifications. I need to do X, Y, and Z. That's number one. The second thing is that, okay, well, how do I even the know-how? I didn't even know how to put something together. I can talk to people, but how to package it, how to give language, right? So one is I didn't think I was enough. I had enough inside of me. Two, I didn't know how to package. So I was like, okay, well, what do I do? I don't know how to do this. And number three was, okay, well, I don't have the resources. I don't is now is not the time because I don't have the resources to do so. But I took the leap and I found the resources to do it, because when God opens a door for you, he makes a way. He's not gonna package you with all your gifts, talents, and abilities and not make a way for you to walk through the door. Matter of fact, he is the door. And so, with that being the case, that is how I was able to knock down those limited beliefs one by one. And I did it. There was a sense of urgency. I felt that I needed to do this now. Now, there's a reason why I kept coming back to your page. There was a reason why I kept rewatching the videos. There is a woman who has been repetitively watching, Sandra, your content. That call, that urge to keep on watching, that's the call that needs to be answered. That's the someone knocking on the door saying, "Hey, let me out." What is that thing? That is your potential. That is your skills. That's your testimony. That's your story. That's all the treasures that God has placed inside. It's like, listen, I was placed here for a purpose. Let me out. Someone needs me. And that is what's calling people to look, just like I did. I watched for a while, but then I had to answer the call. Because if I did not answer the call, those 14 women that were impacted, and the list is growing, those 14 women, they would probably still be where they were last year. And by the grace of God, because I released what was inside of me, their lives have been changed. And that's what we're here for.
Hmm. Okay. Um, Two more questions. One was, what was your favorite part of the program? And then I'll
My,
tell you the second one. Tell me first
okay, all
that.
right. My favorite part of the program was the group sessions. There are some amazing women in the program. To this day, we are still connected. To this day. So that's my favorite. We create a bond, a level of friendship. There are so many amazing women who go through. There is great support. Your support team, the staff is amazing, very responsive, very encouraging. And with all that support, so the community is one of my favorite parts of it. And again, while I have graduated from the program, I still have these women who I can call friends. We still connect, which is an amazing blessing.
Oh, I love that. I love that. What would you say to the woman? That's the final question. To the woman who is watching and saying, there are lots of programs out there. Oh, I've been burned before, or whatever the thing is that she's telling herself. Like, if you could talk to her for like 30 seconds, right? If this is the one thing she's going to hear that's going to make a difference for her, like what did you need to hear at that time? What does she need to hear to determine whether this is the right thing for her or not?
This program is unlike any other. This program is tailored specifically for you. It's designed and customized to meet you exactly where you are at. I was one who wasted almost $10,000 on coaching prior to this. I had my reservations too. This one definitely will give you everything you need to be successful. Success, if I was going to rename this program, I would rename it Godly Success. This is a successful program. I am a witness, and so are the colleagues who went through the program with me, who I can now call my sisters. You have to answer the call. You will not regret it.
Thank you, Ava. So tell the people how they can connect with you, who you help and support, all the things. Let them know, and we'll put her details in the description box as well.
Absolutely. I have a program called Radiant Authority, and Radiant Authority is designed for the frustrated and overlooked corporate woman who wants to ensure that they are earning what they need to earn, that they have the voice to leverage for their promotion. And you may reach me on Instagram at I am Ava Samuels. That is my handle. There, you can book a call with me to talk about radiant authority. There is authority that God has given you and to walk in, especially in the marketplace. And now is not the time to be silent.
That is so true. Well, guys, there you have it. Ava, thank you so much for coming on. I am so proud of you. You are an answered prayer. I tell you all the time, like, girl, the people need you. Like, what are we doing? And I'm so proud of you and the progress you've made. And the sky is the limit. So many people need you in the marketplace. I actually writing an article on LinkedIn that said that a Black woman should not have to start a business to be successful in America. Okay,
Mm,
we shouldn't. That should not be the thing.
nope.
We
Mm,
can be promoted within corporations because we are all that in a bag of chips and we do a whole lot. And so, if you need a coach that's going to help you grow in your career, she's that girl. She was the one. She was HR.
yeah,
She was
yeah.
HR. And so she knows exactly how you go about getting that promotion or at least positioning yourself for that promotion. So, Ava, thank you so much for being here, guys.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for watching. We'll put a link to book a call with us and we'll tell you exactly what are the steps that you need to take, whether this is the right fit, whether you shouldn't be wasting your time, all that good stuff. We'll have a very honest conversation with you and help support you if it's the right fit. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.